Let's see. SS 4C. You know what? I'm gonna bring it back to the title screen for a second.
Yeah, come on. How do I pop out chat?
You go to settings, I think.
Yeah, I had to get out of mod view.
Yeah.
That would.
Oh, hello.
Lost Kingdoms. Oh no, I'm in the stream talking about how to pop out chat. It's like I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, I have it going here? Question mark.
Yeah, I can
You
see
see
your, I can see your
Yep,
Discord.
you are on stream.
Okay, can you see it on Discord though?
That.
I can see it just fine on Discord.
Okay, cool. Bless. Yo, what's up? How's everyone doing? So, are we live? Is it good to go?
Looking beautiful.
You are all good to do
All
whatever
right.
you may please.
Here we go. Alright, this is Lost Kingdoms for the Nintendo GameCube. Brought to you by 7thArmstrong as the runner, and our two fabulous co-commentators, Gazef and Moose Eats Bear. We're both very knowledgeable and very happy to run this for you. Both love this game very much, as well as the second one.
What's a Lost Kingdoms?
What's a Lost Kingdoms?
Why haven't they found it yet?
Why haven't they found it?
Well, this is a good question. What is a Lost Kingdoms, though?
This is true. Who would like to explain the lore?
You gotta
for me
move that
while
cursor. You gotta
There
move
we
that
go.
mouse cursor.
Yep, there we go. Alright, we're good. Setup complete. Sorry, I had to stream it to the Discord for everyone so that they can commentate live. Alright, and I will say the time after I skip the cutscene. So, let's get right into it.
There's a small text scroll that we skip, and after we
Yep,
skip
and
the
then
first
loading.
opening cutscene.
Can I put a little bit of
Alright.
pressure on you before you start?
Oh, alright, bring it on.
Okay, I have to find a way to read the full name of this because Tiltify is not showing it to me. The
Okay.
name is cutting off, so I'm trying to figure that out.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I see it.
But we have a donation from Totally Not Named Something. You might know.
Dan.
We call him
Totally
Dan.
Not Named Dan. Yeah, no, it was cutting off after name.
Hey, Dan.
Point is, it says, great to see some LK on here. There's 20 more if you can get Kendari skip first.
Ooh.
So I don't know what that
really?
is, but the
Okay,
pressure
okay.
is on.
Damn.
And there's also a $5 anonymous saying, "So hype, good luck to 7th on the run."
Alright.
That is a
Sounds
lot
good.
of pressure.
Man. Alright, well, we're kind of already into the game, but that's okay. That's fine.
Everything's fine.
You ready? Here we go. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to get started. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so this is Lost Kingdoms. What is it? What's going on? The premise of the lore is, we have this giant darkness, fog, mysterious thing going on. And within the fog, monsters are spawning and killing all the neighboring kingdoms' armies and all sorts of stuff going on. And your father is like, oh, I'm gonna go protect my nation from this evil fog, and runs off. If anything happens, princess, be sure to grab the runestone and fight and come find me. And
Lo and
as soon as he
behold,
leaves,
The
the
next
fog
day.
shows up. So that's where we're at. We are playing as the princess with the runestone. Would someone like to explain what the runestone does while I focus on this part?
Okay, so I'm going to try and flex what limited lore knowledge I have. Basically, the runestone gives the wielder the ability to control cards that let you summon monsters to fight for you. Basically, so they're like monsters trapped within cards, and we can use them as allies in battle.
Okay.
Is that roughly right? I think it is.
Yeah.
right?
That's roughly it. I think the
roughly it.
second game goes more into it's the souls of the monsters that have been imbued into these
Something
Mhm.
like that.
magical cardboard.
So, but basically,
Magical
we're going to
cardboard.
be using... It's basically like a card builder, or like deck builder, action card game, where we're going to be using cards as our main weapons.
Yeah, it's less turn-based, like the other GameCube card RPG, Batten Kaitos, and more real-time.
It's completely real time, yeah.
Very real time. With
Well,
encounters and all sorts of
however,
stuff.
we have broken this game wide open, and we're about to see our
come on.
first out of bounds.
Ha-ha.
There it is.
So typically, we're going to see quite a few out of bounds in this game. Sometimes you're going to get pushed out of bounds by just being near too many monsters. Other times you'll walk on the seam of the ground.
3 man traps. The worst.
So when we're out of bounds, we're going to be falling endlessly, but the funny thing is that we have a mini-map in the top right, and you can still, even though you're falling, you can still, like, move horizontally. So we can just, like, navigate ourselves around the map just by watching the mini-map. So if we're ever out of bounds, you can watch the top right to see, like, where we're going relative to the, very non-descriptive mini-map in the top right.
Yeah, seriously.
The core mechanic of this game is using cards to fight monsters.
Yeah.
You've got health and mana. The mana is these sort of crystals that you pick up as the game goes along. You get crystals by hitting monsters. And each card has a cost, uses a certain number of crystals. You restore the crystals and you keep going. If you run out of crystals, it uses your HP for mana. So you got to be careful about how many you're using at once.
So this is actually the apothecary. This is our first time going to the shop, and one of the few times we're going to be going to the shop in the run. 7th right now is basically assembling the perfect deck just based on the things that we have available to us in the first shop. And I'm sorry, what did you just buy a bunch of?
I bought 14 Flying Rays and 4 Mandragoras. So, aka pineapples.
Yeah. So why'd you buy what you bought?
Alright, so for the Flying Rays, they are very helpful for, one, the movement tech. Usually when you cast a monster, you have to kind of aim it. But with Flying Ray, it auto-aims. So you can kind of run around how you need to, and as long as you're close enough, it will hit the enemy. As well as Flying Rays have a special bonus, because this is a card game, of piercing defense. So we will ignore a lot of the mid to late game boss's armor and just do the flat 15. And since they come out at a relatively decent pace, we can shred some of the bosses pretty quickly. And the pineapples are pretty much for getting out of bounds. That's about it.
So this game runs on a random encounter system. The encounters are going to be all along specific areas. So as long as you're in that area, like it's like a square area, you have a chance of getting a fight there. So the way that we kind of avoid it in this stage is we run along encounter lines. As long as you're right on the seam between 2 encounters, you can't actually get either of the fights on either side. So we have sort of strange movement in this stage. That's because we're running along like invisible lines to avoid getting fights.
So whenever you get into an encounter, you can run up against the edge of the encounter. It'll ask if you want to flee. As far as I understand, that's the reason you can't get encounters on these lines, because they don't want to put you in an encounter and have you load
That
into
happens sometimes too.
Void and fall out of bounds.
So this game is very, very picky with your inputs. Right there, I just slightly touched the R trigger, and it discarded 2 of my cards. So, but either way, that's like the first major boss, and it's no big deal. And this is where you get to see the power of the pineapples
This is one of
firsthand.
my favorite tricks in the entire game. Who first? Was it Papaya? Discovered this?
I
Who
think
discovered
Papaya
this?
was the first one to do this one.
I feel
Yeah.
like it was Papaya. So basically,
I
what's
think he
gonna
did it with
happen
his
is-
Mega Mandragoras, and then we refined it down to this one.
Oh, that was so lucky.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So basically, this is a random encounter here, but we want to get it because we can only use these
There we
pineapples
go,
while we're
halfway
in
out.
combat. Okay, so we've used the
Press
first
the
pineapple to
left.
jam in the corner,
Hey,
and 2
there
more
we go.
Beautiful.
push us out of bounds.
Climb up this hill and you'll run out of the video game.
There it is. Okay.
Oh.
So
And pay very close attention to the mini-map in the top corner. Watch carefully.
As soon as you get into the encounter zone for this boss fight,
And there we go, we're in the boss.
There we go. So that gives a really long stage, because it just puts us
good
right
start.
next to the boss.
This is a ton of free damage if he chooses that move first. We can run over here, bait out the attacks, run over here, and clean fight done.
that was incredible.
That was so clean.
Beautiful execution.
That fight can be really obnoxious.
Yeah.
World record incoming.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, this is a very important note. So I'm going to be going into this stage, leaving the stage, and going back into the stage. And what this does, it does it for every level except for the last one, is it flags it into easy mode on your first playthrough. And what that does is it rips out some of the random encounters, and sometimes a forced encounter, so we don't have to deal with it as we're running through.
Yeah, we'll see that later in which
Yeah, go ahead.
Castle White, I believe.
White, yeah.
It removes
Yeah.
one of the forced encounters.
People have basically timed it out so that leaving the stage, for when it's the case of a force encounter, leaving the stage and coming back actually is faster than just taking that force encounter.
So right now,
That's still insane to
what's
think about
happening
for
in
me.
the story? We're trying to catch up with Dad, and we basically have to go through this sewer. And in order to get this encounter that we need later to get a key item, we have to break all these canisters and do a couple of fights.
And I gotta
Five.
say, all of your boss fights so far have been very clean. Your sand golem was
Thank you,
pretty
thank you.
nice. Your necromancer is beautiful.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
touched.
that's so sweet.
Thank you.
He's a beautiful necromancer. But yeah, all these fights
He
are
did himself
forced.
up real pretty just for the marathon.
Speaking of the marathon, let me know when I have time to read some donations.
Now's
yeah, I'd say
probably a
this
great
is a
time.
pretty
I
good
was gonna say,
time. Yeah.
This is a good
Alright.
stage for it.
So, we had one thing I didn't mention is thanks to the $20 from Totally Not Named Dan, we did surpass $300 in total.
Yo, well done,
Thank
Dan.
you so much for that.
Beautiful.
And then we've
Hello?
gotten 3 donations I haven't read yet. We
Oh,
have
gosh.
$15 from Jay Rude saying, first time for Lost Kingdoms in a marathon, good luck 7th.
Thank you, thank you.
$20 from Jack saying, congrats to 7th on showcasing this amazing game. Much love to the LK fast walking community. Can't wait to see you all in LK too. Love,
He does.
Jack.
I found Jack.
Oh.
And we have $5 more from Waifu saying, here's to the dream team. My only regret is that they can't hear the button mashing with the RTX on.
Oh, true.
Oh, the button mashing is so beautiful.
Oh, my
Yeah.
old streams
Crispy.
used to be so loud because of my button mashing. It was so beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna hear my keyboard a lot during my runs tomorrow. Don't worry.
Nice.
And
love it.
one more quick thing I can announce, as our organizer Deathline mentioned in chat, with the donations we just got, we've surpassed our
Okay, that's
donation
fine.
totals from both Speed Stuff for Charity 3 and 4 in like
Commander.
under 12 hours. So that's crazy. Keep it up.
Let me over there.
Okay, so
Take a
there might
quick
be an
moment.
awesome trick.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Maybe.
goodness. All right. Let's see if he
Get
gets
it?
this trick.
I don't think I got
Oh,
it.
come on.
No, didn't get it.
Aw.
This is one of the
There-
very few cases of text storage glitch in this game. And what it allows us to do is walk right through this encounter that usually
Specifically
happens
this encounter.
and go to the boss.
So basically what happens is if you interact with something that you can interact with right as a cutscene would play, you can kind of mash A through it, and it'll glitch out. It'll hold the text, and while you have text storage on your screen, you can't get an encounter, so you can potentially dodge that one.
The game thinks you're still in like person talking state or chest opening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's a
Which is
very
really
minor
cool
glitch.
because if you run around the
really
stage
cool.
while that's happening, everything is frozen. Like every
Yeah.
animation, all the fairies that are flying around, completely frozen. And it's so cool to me.
Speaking of fairies, something we should be on the lookout for while we're doing this run. Blue fairies in a casual playthrough, like that one that just popped up, are usually a good thing. Players can run into them to regain stones or HP or get a card back they've used up. But what some people might not know, because it usually just looks like the fairy disappears and you get an encounter, sometimes if you touch a blue fairy, it'll get you into an encounter. And this can give us encounters in spots where the game does not have a random encounter, and it can really mess things up.
Yeah.
So
They can also just like fly straight into you and you have no control over it.
because
Yeah,
they are
because
fast.
they're like twice as fast as you in
are
this
so
game.
fast.
Oh my goodness! And then in
It's not
LK,
common,
you're like
but it can
LK2,
happen.
you're like twice as fast as them. We are also trying to avoid red fairies. Red fairies are a side quest of a collect all 100 and get special cards. But for us doing any percent, collecting a red fairy means you lost 2 seconds, so not worth it.
The problem with red fairies too is that they opposite of blue fairies, they move very slowly. However, they will just drift in random directions. So sometimes you'll just have like a run where a red fairy decided it wanted to slowly over time drift right where you wanted to go.
Yeah,
I
and they're
run around
drifting
it.
the entire time you're in the stage.
Yep.
All right, can someone else explain this trick about to come up? I would say this is the
So
second
this is
hardest
probably
trick
the
in the game.
easiest glitch in the game.
Oh
We're gonna
my
see
goodness.
if it doesn't.
This is one of the most ridiculous out of bounds I've ever seen. It requires getting that NPC to use a very particular attack at a certain range, and hoping that this bird that we put on the ground pushes us outside along with the pineapples. Oh, beautiful!
First try!
First try. That is a run killer.
The practice! It paid off!
That trick is so unbelievably difficult. It's why I don't want to come back to running the game.
You have to clip out twice. You clip out into the wall and then you clip out again. So the important thing about the
second
bird that I just picked up from last stage is it gives you 2 times movement speed, which helps a lot when you're trying to push yourself through a wall.
So, to talk about lore for a moment, this is a fight against a runestone master of a different continent. Who they are, we don't know yet. But they have attacked this castle and
The
tried
AI
to
is-
take their runestone.
The AI is also kind of ridiculous. Like, they will perfectly throw out attacks right as you throw out attacks just to iframe through your attacks. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah,
Fighting
Yeah,
those-
they're way too good.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
a
should
challenge.
explain that too. So one thing
Yeah.
it actually teaches you in the tutorial is how to abuse the game. It says, hey, whenever you do a move, you're invincible. And that also goes for the other runestone enemies in the game. Runestone master enemies in the game.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a lot of garbage probably.
So this stage is unique. This is probably the
Yes.
first stage where anyone knew of any out of bounds, but we don't even use the original out of bounds that we found for it. So the original out of bounds is right at the start. You would actually just turn around and run it into a wall because there's a tiny seam where you can just walk through the like solid invisible wall, and you just walk out of bounds. But we don't do that because we need this golden butterfly that he just got out of the chest.
And also, even if we didn't need that, I still this one would be faster
It would
if
be
you didn't
slightly
get any
faster.
encounters on the way.
Yeah.
But if it weren't for the
considering
golden butterfly, that at least would be an
attack.
option.
Yeah, Chimera would have charged you.
All right, I'm gonna need someone to explain this because I'm gonna need to focus on this one too.
So this is
Okay.
a walking clip. Moose, you want to take this?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so this is a walking
Oh.
clip. This is also one of the most difficult ones in the run. It's very precise. That's not a joke. So he has to find a seam right here. See where he's kind of like dipping up and down. If he walks into it at just the right angle, at just the right speed, he should do that. It'll
Beautiful.
just fall
All
straight
right.
through.
That was so
All
fast.
right, breath of
That was
fresh air.
beautiful. That was actually so nice. This run's kind of stupidly good. I'm actually blown away.
This. How did anyone even find that? Well,
I blame Papaya because I think he
Lots
did
of
that.
walking into walls. Literally every stage, hours spent walking into every wall until someone
So
goes, "Oh,
true.
I bumped. I found a bump."
Yeah, we had like
One of the
a
things-
month of just a bunch of runners. Oh wait, this is really
Oh,
important.
oh,
Hold on,
okay,
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
Dark.
Quiet.
All right, come on, come on. Yes. Oh my. All right.
Oh my god.
I'm amazed.
Oh, I can't
So
believe
if
it.
you mash start at the beginning of that stage, you just skip it. You're done. It's so
45
good.
seconds.
Because that stage is just a big like cutscene.
Is that the skip that we are gonna get $20 for?
Yes, that.
Yes, that is it.
I can't believe you pulled it off.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Insane.
Proud of you.
No, so like jokes aside, that whole quote
There we
unquote
go.
stage is just a cutscene, and you can just press start to skip cutscenes. So
But it's the hardest thing in the game.
it's the hardest clip in the game.
Oh no. So that clip that we just did was one of the earliest outside of the Bridge of Sarvan walking clip. This was
Oh, okay.
after. We're gonna mention
clip was
Papaya
the-
a lot.
This was the first walking clip, now, right?
Yes.
Yep, was the first walking clip.
Yep.
Yes, it was. Papaya pretty much discovered how to play half of this video game. He's an absolute monster. At one day of just throwing larger pineapples at the walls.
I love the larger pineapples personally.
They ended up finding a couple of bumps, and it led us to figure out a. I can't talk.
Basically, Papaya found the first walking clip, and it was here in Yiprik.
Thank you.
He's a king. We love him very much.
Papaya for president. Papaya is a big boy. I agree, Andy.
All right, now for the actual hardest out of bounds. Let's see if I can do it. I practiced it 10 times before the stream. I got it once.
we keep saying this, but this is also a very, very difficult trick.
This one is the hardest. This is the hardest one.
It's a tie. It's a tie. Can we call it a tie? It's a tie
Between
between
what?
Grail and this.
Absolutely not. It's so hard. If this guy walks the wrong way once, it's
Oh
over.
yeah. Oh, he can just ruin it. Yeah, that's for sure.
Decimate your whole day with this stupid,
Ooh, he's
way
gonna
too
do it to
good
me.
soul pack. No, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it to him.
Let me out. Oh, into the door.
No, in the
Oh, I'm gonna
So-
give it one more. I'm gonna give it one more.
So the thing that's tricky about this is there is a
If not, I'll do the
that fight.
backup.
You can't just run from that fight. So not only do you have to get out of bounds, you also have to hope that he walks into the pineapples that we're using to get out of bounds, and then dies on them after we get out of bounds. So it's really precise.
Did I hear that there was a donation from Elena?
Oh, really?
Oh, we have a bunch of donations.
Oh, please go
I'm gonna
for it.
read them.
Yeah, it's
Let
gonna
me
take me a
know.
hot second to get to the boss.
All right. So since the last donation I read,
Oh,
we got,
Pog.
Sorry, go on.
we got 4 new donations.
Woo.
We've gotten 10 from Sinfire Titan that simply says Runny Boy.
Yo, Sinfire.
Thank you, Senpai.
$20 from Xenolark. That doesn't say anything, but thank you very much.
Thank you,
Xeno.
Xeno.
We do have $40 from Lena that says, I'm happy to see Lost Kingdoms in this marathon. As a fellow fan, I'm sure we all know how much love this series deserves. Good luck.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
looking forward to see Katya in the Void. Let's hope
Yes.
for luck.
Oh,
Very
perfect
appropriate.
timing.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And then we do have our $20 from Totally Not Named Dan. Congratulations, 7th. You did it. Here's your
Thank you.
second donation.
Thank you, Dan.
This puts us to, like, I think we're already in
perfect.
second place in terms of SSRC donation total.
Nice.
Wonderful.
All right, iframes, please. Thank you.
Oh, nice
All right.
iframes. This fight's actually so difficult.
All right,
Eagle-eyed
and
viewers.
say goodbye to Dad.
Bye,
because,
Dad.
he
Bye,
ripped
Dad.
to this boss. We just
All right,
caught up
Dad's
to
dead.
him, and we were just a little bit too late. Big sad.
Can I make one quick plug?
Sure.
Is that these donations so far in this run have been absolutely crazy, but very little of them have gone to our incentives and bid wars. So
Oh, true.
if you're gonna keep up the energy, make sure to check out the incentives and bid wars. We have several incentives that have yet to be met, and a bunch of bid wars throughout the event that, with some of these numbers, could change at the drop of a hat.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right, so I
mention
went off to
something
the side there to just pick up an extra card. Usually in any percent attempts, I wouldn't bother to have extras of things, but since it's a marathon, I just want to make sure, just in case.
Yeah, this game, it was something we didn't notice. Every time that you run from an encounter in this game, the game says, "Oh well, the power of one of your cards goes bye bye. It's mine now. It goes to the void.
Yeah,
and
pretty
you
much.
don't get to use it anymore." And that could be any random card from your deck. Let's say
Yep.
you need that one runny boy, the one running bird. Maybe it gets thrown away. Who knows?
Yeah.
So backup cards are a must for marathons.
So since I'm only able to really get one golden butterfly, if I ever see golden butterfly like get taken away in a certain few stages, I will probably just have to reset it. But luckily, the chances of that are very, very slim. Very, very slim. And
Yeah, why not?
This.
Gotta throw the pineapple into the fire.
That's right. I needed to get out of that fight.
Grilled pineapple ain't bad. Like,
Yeah, that's true. I do like grilled pineapple quite a lot.
it's pretty good.
All right, did we get through? All right, we're up to.
All right,
Cool.
please
There's
no
a
crash,
really
please no
nasty
crash.
fight right at
Please
the
no
bottom
crash,
of
no
that
crash,
elevator.
No crash.
No crash. So this fight is notorious for crashing the game because, as you can see, when we attack them, a lot of crystals pop out, and if too many pop out, the game thinks, "Oh, these crystals, they're blue fairies now," and then crashes the game. So
Yeah, it overflows, and it's not happy. I'm actually kind of glad I'm getting hit because that means a lot of these. Oh my gosh,
that'd be
dude!
funny. Dude, they also just dodge you like it's like
Yeah, he was,
unbelievable. So basically, what we're saying is we were intentionally taking that fight slowly.
Yep, just for marathon. Yep.
Definitely.
Just make sure it didn't crash. We're good. Okay.
Safety strats, really.
Yep. But yeah, it's pretty insane when you're running any percent and you hit that stage and it's like, well, I killed this boss a little too good. Now these crystals are fairies and the crystals are flying around and the game's dead. And if you're very unlucky, you will get one of them to turn into a fairy and it will not be a problem, except it will spawn right next to you and fly into you and crash. So, and this stage, I wish there was some way to speed up this stage.
This stage
is like one of the only fetch quests in the game.
We were talking about this in the practice thing at one point. This is one of the stages that just has received the absolute least, like, routing improvements, or like, there's no tricks, there's no improvements other than just like very slight changes, like killing these gates is like the best thing we can do now. But this has stayed the same like over time. Every stage has received massive overhauls in terms of strategies, tricks, glitches. The stage is the same. It's eternal.
Haha, I got my card back.
Nice knot.
Alright, I'm probably gonna get the bad fight.
Please no bad fight.
Bless.
There's no
Big
bad fight.
bless.
Wonderful.
Oh, am I getting now?
No one count.
Oh my
Whoa,
god.
wow.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I'll
Okay.
take that.
Alright.
Okay, speedrunning if Kadi could jump. Don't give us hope.
Oh
Oh my god,
gosh.
don't say that.
Why can
I'll let
every
him- I'll let him go do
Runestone
this.
master jump and I can't?
And here's the
Why?
problem: in Lost Kingdoms 2, spoiler alert, as a secret boss, Kadi can jump.
Wait,
she can,
really?
She can dodge.
Yeah, she can jump.
I don't remember her
Does
jumping.
side dodges.
Oh
Yeah.
when you fight against her.
Yeah.
Stop.
So this fight's kind of obnoxious. Those old demons, they can, when they hit you, they heal a little bit. So they can be kind of annoying if you don't kill them fast enough. And now you just stun lock. Okay, well you were supposed to stun
He
lock
got
the vampire.
iframes.
And then he just sits there going, ugh.
Well, that's why I bought the extra.
That was a good impression.
It's, and look, I've hit a vampire a lot in this game.
Alright. It is
I've
time.
hit a vampire a lot.
Can someone please
He has one
explain
of the most distinctive
the
voices.
Exodia for us?
Oh, Exodia.
So finally we're back at the shop. Again. But this time, this is our second and I believe final time we're going to be shopping at all. We're going to be assembling the strangest deck you'll ever see in this game. If you ever thought to yourself,
Bad
oh,
money.
Lost Kingdom speedrun, I can't wait to see how many, like, you know, fire dragons and dragon knights they're going to use. Spoiler, no. We're going to be using kitty traps, sirens, gold butterflies, and running birds. which are probably
And
4
Hands of
cards you
Pain.
never touched when you were playing this game casually.
So one of the interesting things is that as an intended mechanic, when you put Running Bird and a Gold Butterfly down on the field at the same time, they do a time stop. All of the enemies freeze in place, and they're sort of...
That one, no. Okay. This one.
This fight's
this one,
difficult, but this is how we make it trivial.
And enjoy that.
The,
There we
the
go.
iframes
We'll get a
from
nice
being
close
hit
up.
get cut drastically, and you can just take the damage. And
And we're done.
we say
Good
goodbye
boss.
to the mysterious Runestone Master, Helena. as
Remember
we,
all that trouble I had with her earlier in the game? Yeah. Time stop makes it so she can't do anything. Feels good.
I gotta say, I forgot to mention, and Hands of Pain. I can't leave out my boy Hands of Pain. I love him very much. He's been around forever. He's been in like every iteration of this speedrun.
He really has.
Dragon Knights, we had Hands of Pain. Now we're still using him.
All right, another
So-
big edit here.
For a lore update, real quick, for all our lore heads out there, all that's really happened was Dad died, and he said, "Go finish the runestone because the version you got out of the castle was incomplete. There's other parts of it, and you need to make the ultimate runestone to be able to save our kingdom." And that's what we're
Yep.
doing. We're traveling around to collect these pieces.
So there is a out of bounds that we're walking by. Okay, well,
It's pretty much
we were
it's
gonna
right
be
over
walking
there.
by it.
Yeah.
It's like right there. We're not going to be taking it because it's slower than doing it normally on this strategy. But there's an out of bounds in this stage too.
It was actually behind him. You just
Yeah.
hugged the wall on the right. When you
Yeah, it's somewhere on the left.
Yeah, so you just
Alright,
kind of...
just fine. We'll do it this way. Let's do it, Hand of Pain. You and me.
So this is a forcing kind of. We do have to take this every time. These two Ifrits, they can be really annoying. They can like teleport right as you're trying to hit them. But that was
Perfect. I couldn't ask for
very
better.
clean.
Yeah. They're so annoying. Those fireballs homing onto you
Yes,
unless you
yes,
have
they are
a
homing.
independent card out. So I'm very happy they didn't walk straight at me like they normally do before I throw down Hand of Paint. Oh, speaking of, hello, let me just okay. This is awkward. Get away from me! Oh, the flick! No!
Dude, flick
Oh,
right into
and
the
the mock.
environmental fire.
It's
Get me out of here!
The hands are some of my favorite enemies. Come at me.
Yeah,
Come on.
they're so good.
Come
So,
All right,
this fight,
and now we get to talk about more combos.
So,
Moose, can you explain this one for me?
sure. This combo was actually discovered a little late into the run, or into
Fire! Oh, the
into running. No. But basically, if you put down 3 of the same card, or some cards, in quick succession, they'll create a combo, and kitty traps just explode. Very big. They do a lot of damage.
absolutely nuke them.
It does. I think it pierces defense and does 114 damage. So it
Actually,
does so much
doesn't
damage.
pierce defense. It's very
It
sad.
doesn't pierce. So regular kitty traps pierce defense, but
Yeah.
the combo doesn't. Okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Look, you can't explain that.
I want to explain.
Another wonderful thing about kitty traps is not only are they an amazing like combo damage source, they're also great for clipping out of bounds. So you can like
Yes.
drop 3 kitty traps in a if you're clipping out with them, you can drop them as your out of bounds tool, and then they'll explode and kill whatever's in the area. So they're fantastic cards. They've done a
They're
lot for us.
particularly good because they're a stationary card.
Yes,
It's one of I think. Hold on.
there's a lot. There's like
No,
7.
there's not that many.
Small pineapple, big pineapple, pillar.
Kitty
Siren.
Siren.
Cattle
Pillar,
Bless.
Siren, Catabless.
They do function all differently, though. That's the weird thing. Some don't get
Yes.
pushed, and some do.
Yeah.
Like sirens can get pushed in some situations, but not others. It's weird.
Maelstrom. Thanks, Pappy.
Oh yeah, Maelstrom.
What's his name? Wait, which one's Maelstrom? Oh, Maelstrom. Yeah, Maelstrom. Also the what's the not blood bush? Vampire bush.
Oh,
Oh,
Vampire
right.
Bush. True.
The largest independent creature combo
massive.
in both series.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen how big it is in LK2 when you use 2 of them?
Yeah. You can
Yeah, it's insane.
He a big boy.
He's bigger than the final boss. It doesn't do anything. Anyway, it's so dumb.
One thing is, this level, very long, a lot of running around until we get to the boss. So if there is more donations, this is 10 out of 10 time to do it.
Yes, we do have more donations.
We're about halfway through it.
We have $20 from Frankie Mermaid saying, I stole candy from this baby, then I donated the baby to Direct Relief. So snitch, obviously. And then we have another $20 from Moose Eats Bear saying, "Pay for LK. When's LK1? No, Jack." And we just got in one more $20 donation from Dranzikin saying, "Cinnamon cookies for charity. Don't forget to eat later." And with Dranzikin's $20 donation, we've exceeded $500.
Yo!
Wow.
Awesome!
Congratulations.
Good
Which I
stuff.
recall, if I recall correctly, I think that was our goal for the whole event.
Yes.
Oh,
And
hey!
and it's been not even 12 hours.
That seems
Beautiful.
pretty good.
Thank you
keep
all.
Up the good work, everyone.
This hand!
Speedrunning Razor
Please,
right now.
please do not take a kitty trap. Please.
Don't.
Every time.
Oh!
Every
No,
single
no, no,
time.
no, no. Which one did it take though? It takes a
It's
random
always
kitty
it
trap.
always takes the top. It always takes the top.
top.
Oh, thank you, Still. Much appreciated.
Oh god.
Well, this is awkward. Oh, that's fine.
This fight
We'll just do
should
it
be
like
hard
this.
in theory.
Don't do it to me. Okay. Well, that's fine.
I mean, this fight still isn't necessarily easy.
All right, do something.
But
Well, I mean, like in a
trap's part
casual
of-
playthrough, this is a
Oh yes,
difficult
this,
fight.
this fight is
Don't
difficult.
explode. Oh, okay. That's
Oh
unfortunate.
no.
The skeleton.
And the
Oh
kitty
wait, two of them
trap
are
kinda just-
alive. That's bad.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, we got more. We got plenty more. We're just gonna do this, protect ourselves for a little bit.
Iron's pretty good as unless an enemy has some sort of super armor, which a few do.
Yeah. Alright, if I
Skyrim
can lure
will-
these guys away from the other one, then I only need one. This fight should have been over like 30 seconds ago, but that's okay. We'll make it work.
It's we're just padding the run time. You know, we gotta get.
Yeah,
gotta get
we're
these
doing a
people
little
their
too
money's
good. So.
Got to give people more time to get donations in.
worth. Yeah, exactly. That's what
right.
we're doing.
Alright,
All right.
there we
Enough
go.
with the playtime.
This should be fine.
Incredible.
Okay, come here. Come over here. Alright, there we go.
That was actually horrifying. I did not think you were close enough.
No, it's because there was one that was like on the other side. Just
Yeah.
through the line right between them.
Whew! Alright, and now everyone's favorite level of the game. The final one. The one that says, ha, easy mode? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I want to highlight how hard this is. I played this game for the first time, well, other than running it from Blockbuster when I was 10, turning it off in the second stage. I speedrun this game for the first time. I got all the way to this stage by 50 minutes. I finished my run at 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Jesus.
This
This run. Oh god.
No, this is just the hardest stage of any game I've ever. The difficulty curve is insane.
Yeah,
I
and you
can't
can't like
agree
go
more.
back and go get cards. They lock out all the other stages up till this point. So this is all you got. Whatever's in this stage. Oh, terrible hand.
Yeah, it's a strange sort of situation. The thing too, something we kind of haven't even really touched on. You have a maximum of 30 cards in your deck at any time. And this stage is super long, and it's full of like all of the bosses from the previous stages as normal enemies. A little bit weakened, but still. So you're gonna be like chugging through your cards pretty quickly in a normal playthrough. This stage is completely notorious. As a kid, it took me forever to fight this, or to beat this fight. Oh yeah, there's also two bosses back to back too. They're both really hard.
And well, 3 technically, because there's this one coming up here, and then the 2 later, right? I guess
did
if
you count the puppet
Well,
master?
this isn't like a boss. This is more of a.
well,
first
it's like
encounter.
their
Yeah.
previous bosses, and there's 2 of them, so it's kind of the same as having one boss in my
Well, there's
mind.
It's a
also-
mini boss.
Technically, there's also a double vampire and a double puppet master again
Yeah.
later on, but I don't really count this.
Yeah,
Dalmas and
whatever.
God
Okay.
are the real fights.
True.
But
By
either
the
way,
way,
Oh, hey, the
JRPG,
hand.
we kill God.
we do.
Now we
kill
just
God,
bait
yeah.
this other one a little closer, make that guy attack. Try and get in the corner. Pardon me, sir. Okay, wait for it. There we go.
However, despite how much we've been hyping up how difficult the stage is, we will be out of bouncing almost all of it. We'll be skipping it straight to the bosses.
Oh, by the way, we
wait,
don't
I
play the
want-
stage.
That was not a joke. That was not pre-planned. This stage is legitimately extremely difficult.
No. Heron, listen, the stage is hard the way we used to do it.
Yes.
Now it's significantly easier. Also, I want to say, Elena, we talked about whether or not to make that joke in depth for about 2 hours.
Normally in an any percent, I would cut through all of those like little blocks that you see there on the mini-map and try and cut through them on the encounter lines to save about 30 seconds. I'm terrified because some of those you can't run from and it will soft lock. So I'm not going to do that. And we're just going to run around and be safe. But in a normal any percent PB attempt, that would be the route to take.
I can't stress enough how actually ridiculously difficult these last 2 fights are. Like we have incredibly potent strats against them, but man, these fights,
they're infuriating.
So this guy's a runestone
That's
user,
not
just
the
like
hand you like to
Helena
see.
from earlier. But this guy has 200 HP. He constantly summons on you like that,
Yeah.
and it's just like
Okay, I need to
throughout
go
the
left.
entire animation, he's just invincible.
Don't do it. Okay, cool. Good RNG.
We have to
on
time
rocks.
everything to when he'll return.
The
Alright,
goal
and we're
here
gonna play it
is to
safe.
get time stop, and what we want to do is wait for him to use a
Wait for
summon,
your skeleton.
and as the summon is
Oh,
coming
perfect.
down,
Okay.
we'll use the time stop, so he doesn't have a chance to... The time stop takes a little bit to get into effect, so sometimes you might accidentally use it while they're
Oh.
attacking. But it looks like we
I
got
can't
it.
see. Okay, cool.
Is that beautiful? That's
I did that
beautiful.
blind. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Flick him. Get him out of here.
And here we go.
Alright. What we got?
It turns out Thalnos was making the Black Miasma to summon the God of Destruction, using his body as a sort of vessel.
Oops, accidentally summoned the God of Destruction.
Hashtag just girly.
At one point,
high
we
frames,
did
please.
talk to the God of Creation, and she was just like, "Alright, bro, you gotta get this
might
guy out
just
of here."
insta-die. Oh, it didn't. Beautiful.
Nice. Let's go, Siren.
Okay, well,
Not quite as good as Blast, but I'll
True.
take it.
alright, good hand. Alright, I'm gonna wait for him to summon. I'm gonna bait out the
okay.
big explosion in the middle.
By the way, if we ever stand in that explosion in the middle, you just instantly drop to 1 HP.
Yep.
It is insane.
Alright, bait out this fire dude.
Come on.
Oh,
Nice
that was
shot.
a little
Nice.
early, but it was good.
It's still connected.
Okay.
480 HP, by
We're
the way.
coming
Is
up
a lot
on
of HP.
time.
Yep, after this kill, it will be time. And I think... Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it here.
Yeah, with the Siren.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no!
It's fine. We got time. Get over there, Siren.
Get it!
Go,
Get in there.
Siren, go!
Do it. Time stop, please. Last a little longer. Okay, cool. Whew. And that's time. We're good. So we'll just finish this out to get us the cutscene. And we do not need to save. We are good.
Incredible. That was...
All right.
That was a
Show me that
beautiful
beautiful
ridiculous
cutscene.
That was
You,
that was amazing.
Thank
like-
you for joining me on the commentary. I much appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, everyone who donated. We love this game and we love to share it. And this is our first time in a marathon. We are
Ever.
so happy to be here and show it off.
We've
Hey,
been-
it was a good first time for a marathon. Your estimate was 50 minutes and you got under 40. Please, we need that
Oops.
schedule time. It's the greatest.
I highly apologize.
No,
I
no,
knew I
I
wouldn't
like-
have time to practice, so I thought I would mess up more.
No, it's perfect.
Apparently you didn't. Wow.
We
How
need
long
that
have you been
schedule time. You
Running
are
the game
the
for like
greatest.
3 years now or something, and it hasn't gotten to a single marathon since then or something.
No.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Everyone's sleeping on it. This game's amazing.
This game's
I mean,
incredible. Please ignore the way
If you
too
need us
shiny.
to like pad
So
out some of the
shiny.
time, feel free to ask questions and chat about the game. We love talking about it. We have a Discord if you want to join, hang out, talk about the speedrun, you know. all
Yeah,
that
if you've
good
ever
stuff.
cared about this game, even if you don't plan on running it, we do have a Discord and we'd love to have you. Can someone grab the link for us real
Link,
quick? That'd be
please?
great.
Yeah.
It's
I
on
got
the
it.
speedrunning, the speedrun.com/Lost Kingdoms or LK,
Yes, J. Rude.
somewhere on
I
there.
can't wait for the race. I'm going to be racing J. Rude sometime soon. I think it's later this month.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Hey, Jarud. Bless.
There's the Discord. So yeah, if you're interested at all in this game, even if you've never played it before, maybe this run looked cool to you, yeah, come join us. We love to talk about the game. This game's also really fun to play casually. If you've never picked this game up before, try it. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
You could be so creative with your deck and everything. Game's amazing. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I used about 6 cards. There's like 200.
No, there's 105. Don't lie to these people.
Oh, right.
There's
Okay,
200
too. I'm
there's
sorry.
226 in
I'm
the
thinking
second
okay,
game.
too. I
All
apologize.
right.
My bad.
There's
We
still
are
quite a lot of
knowledgeable, I
variety.
swear. But yeah, we don't have really like a tutorial to help anyone that wants to get into speedrunning, but we do have the community. And the community, every time someone has come and said, hey, I want to learn this game, we've been there to just be there and talk them through it, show them how to do things. And we just
And one of our veteran speedrunners, Soldapop, does have a speedrunning guide for.
Oh, that
first
is
game.
true. He does have the
That is
beginner
true.
guide.
Yeah, we do.
Mhm.
It's pinned actually. So yeah.
So yeah. And I guess if
yes,
you got
the-
any more donations, feel free to talk about it. I'm just going to be reading chat if anyone's got questions for us. Until
We had $12 from Talos Swim saying 7th Armstrong, yo.
tell us, my boy.
And that's the last donation we got during the run, but we do obviously have a lot more runs. So coming up next is Korarimpa Marble Mania, Yoda Cage.
Ooh. Interesting.
It's definitely a game.
That's kind of how I feel when we talk about this game sometimes. It's a video game, alright. Motion sickness, the game, all right.
Yes,
Oh, no.
that's what it is.
Oh gracious!
So we're gonna go to setup, and we'll see you guys for that.
All right, thanks for having us. Much appreciated. And thank you again for all the donations and love, everyone. Catch you all next time.